Picture this. 100 Americans start their careers with big dreams and even bigger ambitions. But by the end of the road, only 5 of them achieve true financial freedom. That's not just a sobering statistic. It's a wake-up call. The other 95? They're left juggling debts, scraping by on paychecks, or leaning on family and government for support. It's a harsh reality, but it's not inevitable. Because here's the truth. Financial freedom isn't just for the lucky few. It's a choice, a fight, and yes, a quintessentially American pursuit. If there's one thing we've proven time and time again, it's that we're a nation that doesn't back down from a challenge. So the question is, are you ready to fight for your freedom? Financial freedom isn't just about money. It's about reclaiming control over your life. Imagine having the power to handle emergencies, fund your dreams, and support your family without losing sleep over the next paycheck. Sounds amazing, right? But let's not sugarcoat things. Most of us are trapped in a culture of overspending, chasing material status, and drowning in debt. Breaking free isn't easy, but that's where the American spirit kicks in. It's about grit, resilience, and a refusal to settle for less. Financial freedom means saying, I'm in charge of my life, and isn't that the kind of independence this country was built on? Let's talk about the things people judge us for. Wearing thrift store clothes, driving older cars, or skipping fancy vacations. Society might call it cheap, but we call it smart. Because those same folks laughing at your minimalist choices will be the ones drowning in debt while you're living debt-free. Here's the real kicker. Financial freedom isn't about showing off. It's about showing up for your future. Americans who embrace simplicity aren't just saving money, they're saving their sanity. So, wear those thrifted jeans with pride, drive that 10-year-old car, and remember, the joke's on them. Step 1 on the path to financial freedom is figuring out your why. Why do you want this? Maybe it's sending your kids to college without loans or retiring early enough to enjoy life. Maybe it's as simple as being able to fill up your gas tank without a second thought. Whatever your reason, your why is the fire that keeps you going when the journey gets tough. And trust us, it will get tough. But when you're clear on your goals, no obstacle feels insurmountable. Americans don't quit. We find a way. So, what's your why? Stories of perseverance flood in from across the nation. One family sacrificed vacations and restaurant meals for years to save for their dream home. And guess what? They finally made it happen. Another couple paid off their mortgage a decade early, proving that discipline beats circumstance. These aren't just stories, they're battle cries. They remind us that the American dream isn't dead. It's alive and well for those willing to fight for it. Financial freedom isn't just a goal. It's a testament to the power of purpose and persistence. Tracking your spending might sound boring, but it's a game changer. Think of it as shining a spotlight on where your money actually goes. It's often shocking, like realizing your daily coffee habit costs more than a weekend getaway. But here's the thing, knowledge is power. Once you see where the leaks are, you can plug them and start redirecting your cash toward things that matter. Meal prepping, canceling unused subscriptions, or borrowing books instead of buying them. Small changes like these can save you thousands over time. It's not magic, it's just good old-fashioned discipline. The power of tracking expenses isn't just theoretical, it's life-changing. One American family shared how they slashed their grocery bills in half by simply planning meals ahead of time. Another viewer proudly ditched streaming subscriptions they barely used and saved hundreds annually. These aren't just clever hacks. They're proof that small adjustments can create massive results. Americans don't shy away from a challenge, and cutting unnecessary expenses is just another way to take back control. Every dollar saved is a step closer to living life on your terms. That let's bust a myth. Budgets aren't about restrictions, they're about freedom. A budget is your financial GPS, showing you where your money is going and how to make it work for you. By categorizing expenses into needs, wants, and savings, you're no longer blindly spending. you're intentionally building your future. Imagine the peace of knowing every dollar has a purpose. Americans are proving that budgeting isn't about sacrifice, it's about strategy. When every penny is accounted for, the possibilities are endless, and freedom feels within reach. Success stories about budgeting are popping up everywhere. One couple managed to save enough to start their dream business simply by sticking to a strict budget for 3 years. Another viewer celebrated paying off $30,000 in debt in record time through consistent planning. These aren't fairy tales, they're blueprints for anyone willing to put in the work. Americans know that budgeting isn't a chore, it's a tool for creating the life you want. So, grab a pen, sit down, and take the first step toward financial independence. Cutting unnecessary expenses might sound like a buzzkill, but it's really about trimming the fat to make room for what matters. Say goodbye to that gym membership you never use or the daily coffee habit draining your wallet. Instead, channel those savings into an emergency fund, a vacation, or paying off debt faster. Americans know the value of hard-earned money, and every unnecessary expense is a missed opportunity. The freedom to prioritize your goals over fleeting luxuries, that's the kind of power we all deserve. Debt is like carrying a backpack full of bricks. You can move, but it's exhausting. Americans across the country are putting down that load one payment at a time. From tackling credit card debt to wiping out student loans, people are finding creative ways to fight back. Some pick up side hustles, while others embrace no-spend challenges. The result? A life where paychecks aren't already spoken for before they arrive. Paying off debt isn't just financial freedom, it's emotional liberation. The weight lifts and life finally feels lighter. Emergency funds aren't just a nice-to-have, they're a lifeline. Imagine your car breaking down or a sudden medical expense popping up. Without a safety net, these moments can spiral into financial chaos. But with 3 to 6 months worth of expenses saved, you can face the unexpected without panic. Americans are embracing the power of these funds, knowing they're more than just financial protection, they're peace of mind. Because when life throws curveballs, having a backup plan isn't just smart, it's essential for true freedom. Wealth building isn't just for the wealthy, it's for anyone with a plan. Americans are proving that even small investments can grow into life-changing assets over time. From index funds to real estate, the options are endless, and the payoff is worth the patience. The trick? Start small, stay consistent, and think long-term. This isn't about getting rich quick. It's about creating stability for yourself and your family. In a country built on ambition and innovation, building wealth is the ultimate way to honor that legacy. Investing might feel intimidating, but it's a game changer. Americans are swapping fear for knowledge, diving into stocks, ETFs, and even cryptocurrency. Sure, the market has its ups and downs, but the key is to stay steady. One viewer shared how they turned a $100 monthly investment into a 6-figure portfolio over a decade. It's not magic, it's math. The message is clear. Investing isn't just for Wall Street elites. It's for anyone ready to take control of their financial future. Minimalism isn't about giving things up, it's about gaining clarity. Forget keeping up with the Joneses. Americans are embracing simpler, more intentional lives. They're ditching clutter, canceling unused subscriptions, and focusing on what truly matters: family, health, and freedom. One viewer joked that their 10-year-old car gets them to work just as well as a Tesla without the crushing payment. Minimalism isn't deprivation, it's liberation. In a world obsessed with more, choosing less feels like the ultimate act of rebellion. And it's worth it. Compassion might not pay the bills, but it pays dividends in the heart. Across the country, Americans are proving that financial freedom doesn't mean forgetting those in need. One family shared meals with a struggling neighbor. Another helped a friend get back on their feet. These acts of kindness remind us that true wealth isn't measured in dollars, but in the strength of our communities. Generosity doesn't cost much, but its impact is priceless. Because in the end, helping others makes us all richer. Financial education is the foundation of freedom, yet it's missing from so many schools. Americans are stepping up, teaching their kids the lessons they wish they'd learned earlier. How to save, invest, and spend wisely. These aren't just skills, they're life-changing tools. One parent shared how their teenager saved for a car by budgeting allowance and part-time earnings. The pride on their face said it all. Financial literacy doesn't just build wealth. It builds confidence, independence, and a legacy for generations to come. Retirement isn't just a distant dream. It's a goal worth fighting for. Americans are proving that with 401k, IRAs, and other smart investments, it's possible to retire comfortably. The trick is starting early and contributing consistently, even in small amounts. One viewer shared how they're on track to retire by 55 thanks to diligent planning and living below their means. Retirement isn't about age, it's about readiness. And isn't the idea of enjoying life on your terms the ultimate freedom? The link between mental health and financial freedom can't be ignored. Money stress is one of the leading causes of anxiety and depression, but gaining control over your finances can feel like a weight lifted off your shoulders. Americans are recognizing that financial independence isn't just about the numbers. It's about emotional well-being. One viewer shared how finally paying off their debt gave them the best sleep they'd had in years. Freedom isn't just about what's in your bank account. It's about what's in your head. Community support is the unsung hero of financial success. Americans are swapping budgeting tips, sharing recipes for affordable meals, and cheering each other on through every milestone. One viewer shared how joining a local money-saving group helped them slash expenses by half. These connections remind us that financial freedom isn't a solo journey, it's a shared one. Together, we learn, grow, and prove that success isn't just individual, it's collective. In a world that often feels divided, this kind of unity is priceless. Redefining success might be the most important step of all. Americans are pushing back against the idea that wealth equals worth, focusing instead on values like family, freedom, and fulfillment. One viewer shared how leaving a high-paying, high-stress job for a simpler life brought them more happiness than they'd ever imagined. True success isn't about what you own, it's about the life you build. And isn't that what the American dream is all about? It's time to embrace a new definition of winning. The journey to financial freedom isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Every dollar saved, every debt paid, and every investment made is a step closer to independence. Americans are proving that persistence, planning, and a little creativity can go a long way. One viewer put it perfectly: the American dream isn't dead, it's just waiting for you to claim it. So, what's your next step? Freedom is out there. You just have to take it.